This is the intro jingle. This is the K-Pop Daebak Show with Eric Nam. Ooh.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Daebak Show. It is that time, that moment that you've been waiting for. It is K-pop story time. And you might be wondering, what is it? What is this episode about? Is it crazy stories from the world of K-pop? Yes, it is. It is quite ridiculous. It is miraculous. It is splendid. Is it stories of fact or fiction? Well, very well, it may be both. I'm not quite sure. Is it based on my favorite Korean pop idol? It very well could be. What is K-pop story time? Well, K-pop story time is a collection, a remix, a rehash of Eric Nam's most ridiculous stories that he tells by himself on this podcast. And is that the reason Eric Nam is using a British, not even fully British, a weird accent right now? Yes, because he does not feel comfortable enough calling it out the way it is, aka Eric being ridiculous on a microphone by himself. And that's what it is. And why are we doing this? We're doing this because Eric is taking a quick break so that he can re-prepare himself for an incredible revamped version of the Daebak Show coming to you very, very, very soon. Very soon. So soon. So soon. So much new stuff coming. We're going to have new designs and new people and new guests and artists and amazing conversations. And I hope it really rejigs your mind and imagination. I should have a Netflix documentary where I just really talk like this for an hour and narrate penguins swimming. Shouldn't I? Look at the little penguin jumping into the icy waters to get krill. Krill. Sorry, I don't know what I did. Anyways, I hope you guys understood what I just said. If you didn't, you should ask a translator or a dialect coach about what that incredible person just said. But yes, guys, we're doing a rehash episode of me being ridiculous, talking about I don't know what about stuff in K-pop. And it's because we are revamping. So buckle in, enjoy the stories. We'll be back very soon with a revamped Daebak Show with incredible guests, stories, conversations. And of course, as always, you can see old ones, listen to old episodes, and enjoy the videos at youtube.com/divepods and Dive Studios. Connect with us on our socials. The TikToks and all that stuff is still going with ridiculous content where I'm really embarrassed all the time, but I do it for you guys. And if you want to support us, you can shop our merch at shop.divestudios.io or become a patron of ours at patreon.com/divestudios. Now, tell your friends, your neighbors, everybody that you know, your aunts, your uncle, your grandmother, your grandfather, your K-pop fellow stans, that Daebak Show Season 2 is coming very soon. Are we calling it a Daebak Show Season 2? I don't know, because the first season was 120 episodes. So, that's not a season. That's like an encyclopedia. So, we're just going to call it an upgraded an upgraded Daebak Show. It's coming very soon. Maybe even next week. I don't know. Stay tuned for the surprise. Anyways, stay safe, be safe. Have a great morning, day, night, study session, date night. Hey. Alone in your room, on your bed, with your eyes to the ceiling and just listening to my wonderful British accent time, study session, whatever it is. And I'll see you very soon. All right. Enjoy the Daebak Show. So, 17, I hadn't seen them in a while. The last time I saw them, I don't know if I shared this on the show, but I saw them in LA right when I got into LA for my tour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I flew in. I remember I got in like the 26th or 27th of January.
That seems like 10 years ago.
It feels like years ago.
Yeah.
So I flew in and I got in. I started doing rehearsals, blah, blah, blah. I needed to pick up some clothes for my tour because I didn't have all my outfits, so I was going shopping. And I ended up at this store. It was me. I don't even know who I was with. I was with somebody. I don't know who. But I was there, and I'm looking at clothes. I'm trying stuff on, and all of a sudden, I see like a bunch of Korean people out of the corner of my eye. And I was like, oh no, like I hope they don't recognize me because I look crazy, like always. And I want to be left alone as I try these clothes on. And then I hear, oh, Hyung. And I was like, that can't be me. Like, Hyung. And I was like, oh, shoot. And I look up and it's 17.
Of all people.
In the most random place in West Hollywood or Hollywood.
Were you
or
on like
I don't
Melrose?
Know. Yeah, I think it was somewhere there.
Kyopo's love.
Wait, no, it wasn't even Melrose.
It wasn't?
No, it was like a place I've never been. And
you were lost.
Wait, maybe it was Melrose.
It had to be Melrose. If y'all were there, it was Melrose.
It was at, I don't know where we were, but he was like, oh, Hyung. And I was like, oh, hi. And then it was Mingyu. And I was like, what are you doing here? It was Mingyu and like the rapper dudes and someone, I don't remember exactly. I think Uji was, I don't know. Do I sound crazy today? Great.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm on tour. I'm starting tour. And they had just finished tour. So it was their first day off after them finishing all their tours. So they had all gotten into LA. They had like two days off or something. And that's when I saw them. And then I got back to Korea and I just changed my hair and makeup team. I'd been with my same hair and makeup team for 8 years. And I was like, I kind of want a new start kind of thing. I go, and lo and behold, all of 17 goes there as well. So
wait, is this the new hair place you go to now that you like told us about? You made like an announcement about it at the office. You were like, guess what?
Oh yeah.
You're like, I go to a new hair place now.
I'm a new person.
And I'm with the cool people. And I was like, good for you.
I'm a new person. So I go. I didn't realize how many people go there.
Yeah.
But it's literally, so I go there, I've seen most of 17 there. And one of them goes, did you change your number? I was like, no. He's like, well, I was going to text you, but then your profile ID said like, I've been hacked. Don't ever talk to me.
Oh yeah. It does say that. That's
and I was like,
so
no,
funny.
that's me. You can text me.
That's funny. I forgot that's
and
what
I was
it said.
I might not ever respond to you, but you go ahead, text me. But anyways.
That's funny.
So I did that. So my hair and makeup place that I go to now, it's like everybody and their best friend goes there. It's like BTS, EXO, 17, Monsta X. Like there's like 13 teams.
Wow, can't believe I need a haircut.
Do you?
No, I don't
Do you want me to just shave it off?
I think I would rather die than get my hair cut in front of those people. I look odd with my hair wet.
Oh.
I can't be in front of those people.
Okay, embarrassing story. I went in one day and I was so tired. Like I slept like 2-3 hours a day before. And I had to go and get hair makeup. I don't know what I was doing that day, but I needed hair makeup. Go. And I'm sitting there and I just straight up fell asleep. They were dyeing my hair, they were cutting my hair, all this stuff. They were doing hair makeup. I like fell asleep. I probably drooled, like sexy. Hey, hot and sexy.
There you go.
And I like wake up and I look around to find that it's just all these idols just sitting there.
And they're like, oh my God, get this ajashi some
They're
milk.
like, get this ajashi out of here. How did this person get in here?
Do you need some milk?
And I was so embarrassed. And then the dude who does my hair, he's like, oh, it's you. I was like, who's that ajashi passed out? I was like, bro, it's me. But anyways, all to go back to 17. They're back. They have a new song.
This is a fucking
This is a
song.
big. You know what? When you live in life, you have left and right days. You have days where you're sleeping and you're not. Days when your hair looks good and not.
Whoa.
You know,
And
we're bringing it back.
Shoot to the stars.
And you shoot to the stars and go for your dreams. That's what it is. It's 17's left and right. I hope you guys enjoy the song. I got to stop sharing too much about my life.
Well, now we don't even need a ramble section.
We don't.
We don't.
We don't. one of my writers has a question here. Is like, what was your first impression of Jay? So, to be honest, like it wasn't the nicest first impression. And before you guys are like, oh, let's give you guys context, okay? So, I think the first time I actually met Jay in person was probably like a few years ago on ASC, and I don't think I'd ever met him before. Sorry, Jay, if you're listening to this and you're saying that we had met. I don't know if we had. I think we had mutual friends and we knew mutual people, and I had heard of you through them. But then we met probably at ASC, and I was excited to meet Jay because we never met. And it's always like fun to meet other like Korean Americans or people who are from outside of Korea working in an industry, because there's just a natural like bond or connection where like, oh, you're going through crazy stuff too. And yes, I'm going through crazy stuff too. So there's like a natural connection there. And maybe this is like a result of like Jamie and Kevin both being there as well, and them being super chaotic with me. And so Jay was just like, y'all crazy. But I think Jay was just a lot more quiet and reserved than I had expected or thought. And I thought he just like didn't like me. And I was like, oh, this dude definitely hates me. And so I think I had asked, I don't remember who I asked. I was like, yo, is like Jay okay? Is he usually like that? He's like, oh yeah, he's fine. And I was like, okay, like maybe, okay, I don't know. Maybe he just hates me. But come to know like that he's not, it was not that at all. Jay is like one of the chillest, nicest guys, and such a good dude. But I think it was probably in Korean, it's like nakaryo, which is like, for both of us, we were probably just a little awkward around each other because we're meeting each other for the first time. We didn't know how to react. But that was my first impression. So to sum it up, it's not a bad first impression, and it's probably just both of us were very awkward with each other. And yeah, that's it. It was an awkward first impression. But I think Jay, I've gotten to know him better over the past, I'd say like a year now. And for example, like I think if you guys listen to the catching up episode I did with him on Daebak Show almost about a year ago now, I think, you guys will probably hear me literally saying like, we've never really talked. We've never really caught up. We've never really gotten to know each other. So I didn't really have much to base an opinion of him or off of. But now it's like, now that I know him and I've spoken with him and all that, like, dude's a great guy. And all to say, congratulations, Jay, on all this great music. And I'm really looking forward to more that's coming out in the near future. So keep it up, bro. First comeback that we're going to talk about of part 2 comebacks is IU. She's back with Celebrity. Now, Celebrity is a single that is supposed to be a teaser. It's kind of a lead-up single to her new album called Celebrity. And it is her first album, full-length album, in 4 years, which is kind of wild because I feel like she releases so many songs and she's so active that I feel like we still get songs from her all the time, and she's still always on the charts. But, you know, I'm not complaining. I dig it. I think she makes great music. I think she's a great singer-songwriter and a great performer. And the song, the music video, beautifully written, beautifully shot. She's dancing, really, really well done. And I just think she's really, she's just great. IU's just great. Speaking of IU, though, I think the first time I met her, no, this is embarrassing. I can guarantee you this is embarrassing. The first time I met her, I was working on the entertainment news show where I was interviewing other celebrities. Now, mind you, I was not supposed to interview Korean celebrities. I was only supposed to interview like international stars in English. But they sent me off to meet with IU in a fan meeting she was doing. And I felt so bad, and I still feel really bad because my Korean it was so bad back then. Like, it was horrible.
I can speak Korean.
훈련받고 평가하면서 어떤 게 가장 힘들었나?
한국어 합니다.
And I cannot believe, like, to this day, I'm like, why? Like, why did they send me? There's a couple of these interviews, but I just was not very good at Korean. I just couldn't have a conversation like in a way that was meaningful for an interview. So what I do remember and what I was very thankful for to this day is that she was still so incredibly encouraging and nice about it. Like I felt really bad because like, there's camera crew, there's fans. Like obviously I want to do a good job and like, this isn't about practice. Like I practice. I couldn't do it very well. And so she was still just like very like, oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Like, let me help you. And she was just so accommodating. So I just remember that. And I don't think I ever had the chance to say thank you. So in the off chance that you are watching this, thank you so much. And I'm so sorry because I really wish I could have done a better job. If I can ever make it up to you, please let me know. But she was incredibly nice and I'm so thankful for it. And that's why she was an incredible celebrity and she is an incredible celebrity. That's why you should check out Celebrity by IU and look forward to her new album. All right, next up, we have another hit song. It's called Spring Love by Eric Nam and Wendy of Red Velvet. Ooh! Yes. This song, Spring Love, it was a project song that we did with SM Station. And it is and I'm reading what our writers sourced, okay? The lyric depicts the fluttering emotions bloomed between friends with Wendy and Eric's sweet voice. Now, if you could go ahead and add birds chirping in the background like we would imagine Snow White, that would be great. Okay? I think it'd be great. So I did not know this. Several hours after its release, it topped a total of 5 charts, including Genie, Naver Music, and blah, 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 blah. I didn't know. Surprise! Well, thank you so much. Artist info, Eric Nam. It's ... me. It's me, Eric Nam. And Wendy. Wendy is the main vocalist of a 5-member girl group under SM. It's called Red Velvet, and she is the best. Wendy is awesome. She's incredibly talented. She's the sweetest person in the world. And I believe she's releasing solo stuff in April. I'm super excited for that. She's so talented. She's so nice. And I know I haven't seen her in a while. She had an accident. I believe she got pretty injured, severely injured. But she has made a recovery and she's doing well. I know we haven't hung out in person in quite some time, but Wendy, if you see this, I hope you're doing well. And excited to see your solo debut, I guess. Right? Yeah? Yeah. Debut. Hold on, I'm going to Google this. Red Velvet Wendy will make her solo debut in April. Yes. There you go. I'm so excited. So excited. But yeah, Spring Love. I remember when we shot the video, we were freezing. We almost died. Because it was so cold. It was so freaking cold. But yes. But anyways, Wendy, really excited for your solo debut. I think the world is. Can't wait for it. If you haven't checked it out, guys, check out Spring Love. You're going to love it. It's so cute. So the music video, we shot it at like an old, decrepit amusement park. And it was freezing. It was so cold. I remember it being so cold. So if you look at the music video, my ears are like bright pink and red. And we're like, we never met. And they're like, you guys are dating in this video. And I was like, oh, hi. Okay. Okay. I don't know if we had never met, but it was just like we didn't know each other at all. So I remember it being like really awkward, but Anyways, check it out. She's awesome. The song's awesome. And I hope you guys love it. I'm excited for Chinu to debut and release stuff as a solo artist. I mean, I don't know if he's going to promote much or anything, but I think for a lot of people, when you're in a group, it means a lot to have a solo song. Something that is supposed to be like yours and represent you more than just a group. And Chinu, I got to know through doing Wizard of Oz, like a TV show where we were in different countries together traveling. And he's like one of the most like nice, soft-spoken, well-mannered kids, dudes, friends out there. Like, he's so nice. I feel like uncomfortable almost like saying stuff to him because he's like, please don't hate me.
He's so pure.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he's just very nice, very chill, always helpful. Like, and it was great because like, it was helpful for me because usually when I go on TV shows, I'm always the youngest. Like, I was usually the youngest. But for the first time, there was somebody younger than me. And it was Chinu. And like, when you're the youngest, you have to put up with a lot of stuff. Like, it's not they treat you bad or anything, but like, you're expected to do a lot for the people who are older. You're expected to go get water. You're expected to like clean up after everybody. You're expected to, you know, eat last or like stuff like that, that like, honestly, like, who cares? But in Korea, it's like a social norm. It's a social etiquette kind of thing.
Did you ever do this to Eddie and Brian? Because I'm the youngest, even with cousins.
Yeah.
And so whenever we eat dinner, one of my cousins, Sean, he's 1 year older than me, but he's older than me. So at dinner, he would put the spoon close to his mouth and look at me and then not eat it. And then like bring it close and then take it away. And he'd be like, you can't eat it.
No, I did not. But that is savage.
Yeah.
That is very savage. We never did that. I was a very kind older brother.
Okay.
If you ask them. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, I should be a singer. Honey. This week's episode of the Daebak Show is brought to you in part by our sponsor, Honey. Now, we all shop online and we have always seen that promo code field taunt us. It's just like, do you have a promo code? Are you an insider? Do you know everything that's going on? And oftentimes you're like, no, so I'm gonna actually Google the entire thing and try to find a coupon discount code so I can save like a couple dollars or sometimes like $20. Now, Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one to fit your cart, and it supports over 30,000 stores online. So I've talked about Honey before because it is a product that I personally use. I used it yesterday. Like, literally, I used it on clothes, and I've also used it to order drinks, and I've ordered like so many things. Also, they have this feature where if you put something into your like shopping cart thing and you just leave it there, or you put it up, like they'll ping you when the price drops and you can buy it at a cheaper price. Anyways, that's besides the point. No, it is the point because Honey's saving you money. Honey has over 17 million members, and they've saved them over $2 billion in savings by getting them coupon codes and discount codes and promo codes of all different types and sorts. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free saving. It is literally free and installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you're going to be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast. I would not recommend this if I did not use it personally. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/Kpop. That's joinhoney.com/Kpop. Now back to our show. One team that I was excited to finally meet was ATEEZ. And you guys know, if you guys have been listening to the show for a while, I've always shouted out ATEEZ because I think they're super talented and I think they have a bright future. And so as soon as I walked into the studio, they all like stood up and like, thank you so much. Nice to finally meet you. And we know this is our first time meeting you, but like, we know that you've said great things about us and you've shared like your thoughts on us. And we really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. And it means a lot. It's like, oh yeah, of course. And then in the back of my head, I was like, well, you should come on Daebak Show and say it yourself. All to say, now we know for a fact that this quote unquote podcast that I've made up, that I've qualified as a podcast.
Nice.
It gets out there. The impact is huge, guys. We've made it, Daebak fan. You guys, we've made it together. Thank you guys. So that happened. I also hosted Stray Kids, and Felix and Chan, like, they were like, oh, we just watched the thing you did with Young K. Like, we really like that. And I was like, well, you can do it too. Well, you can come on the show too. JYP. So I was like, yeah, come on anytime. You guys are more than welcome. But it was nice because, like, when we're sitting there, like this with every group, when we're sitting there before we go live, it's usually like there are groups who are very quiet, who don't say anything. They're just sitting there quiet. There are other groups who talk to each other and they like kind of chat with each other. And then I'm usually just by myself, just like quietly sitting there. And it's in those moments where I'm sitting there and I was like, man, I wish Jamie was here. Or man, I wish Kevin was here. Because it reminds me a lot of ASC. Like essentially what we're doing is like very similar to ASC. I'm doing it by myself. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of cue cards. People were like, oh, hundreds of cue cards. Or like maybe 100 cue cards. No, it's like easily 30 cue cards per team. I did 20 something teams. That's over 600 cue cards that I went through. It's a lot. But anyways, Chan was like, oh, like, let me know in his Aussie accent. Aussie, yo, let me know if you need anything.
No.
Sorry, that's horrible. But it was nice. Any group that has like an English speaking member, it's always good to just kind of break the ice. So they were fun. They're super energetic. We had a good time, and hopefully they come on the show sometime. Somebody goes, I know I'm gonna sound hella old, but when Ijun ripped his pants while dancing to Sisters Push Push on Golden Bell back in 2010, that is such a descriptive moment.
Who knew, like, imagine being them and having, like, that moment in your life stand up in someone else's life.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Tell me
You're
about
just,
a happy
like,
moment in your life.
in the decade. You're like, this is one of my stand-up memories. Oh, yeah. What has been your, Eric, like, one of your most stand-up moments, whether good or bad, in your experience in Korea, like, working? Like, was there, like, a moment working on a show or, like, making a song or performing a song that, like, to this day, like, either haunts you or, you know, warms your heart?
I've really blocked all of it out in my brain.
I feel like you're forgetting about the rat.
The what?
The rat, and where were you? Like, Paraguay or something?
Oh, the rat that I ate rats.
You ate rats?
Yeah. Wait, what rat are you talking about?
I'm talking about the rat that was, like, in your little mosquito net.
That was last decade. This decade, I ate rats on a TV show. It was horrendous. You guys don't actually understand. Like, people are like, oh my God, like, tell me his funny story. I'm like, it's funny to you, but to me, it was traumatizing. If I tell you one of them, it's like, for a TV show, we had to catch field rats and eat field rats. And it's haunts me to this day. And I wish I could tell you more detail, but I can't. I should not talk about rats because now people are going to just tweet rats at me again.
Oh,
y'all are rude. Honestly, like, I don't know them all, like, too well. Like, I've done radio with Ro. I was on his radio show for a few months. You know, I've seen Sean Young a good bit here and there, out and about. Donghae 선배님 I used to see every once in a while because he, like, I would go to Henry's house to hang out. This is like when I first got to Korea, and he literally lived next door to Donghae. And so I saw him there. I remember the first time at Super Junior, I, like, freaked out because Henry was like, hey, can you come see me at a music show? I was like, yeah, we'll come say hi, what's up? We go, and it just so happened that he was doing, I think it was like Super Junior M or something. And so I go, and I was like, I'm just gonna sit outside. And he's like, no, come, like, say hi to all the Hyungs. And this is like 2013, 14. Like, there's no way they know who I am, right? And this is like the first time I'm ever meeting, like, major, like, Super Junior in that way. So I walk in, it's like, 안녕하세요. And I 인사, and they're like, and Henry's like, oh, this is my friend, he's Eric, blah, blah, blah. And I believe Choi Young was like, oh yeah, man, like, I'll see you next time, that kind of thing. And I just, like, I booked it out of there because I was, like, super nervous. And, like, I didn't know what to do. So I, like, book it out of there. And this is, like, a perfect example of like when I've talked about people misunderstanding and misconstruing like me in a certain way. So in my head, like I had like a full out freak out. So I believe like multiple times, just be like, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. But I won't say who, but one of the members another time was like, yo, when I first met you, like I thought you were so 싸가지 없어. Like, and I was like, what? And, like, I thought you were rude. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And he's like, no, but then like they told me you're from America. So like, I'm cool about it. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I'm so sorry. Because for me, it's like, that just happened a lot to me where I was always trying to be overly polite. But like, I'm just freaking walking on eggshells and about to have a panic attack because I don't know like how to properly carry on a conversation outside of 안녕하세요. And then they say something, I'm like, my Korean's horrible. So I just remember being super freaked out, but super freaked out. But then like it was completely cool. No like hard feelings or anything like that. But I just remember for me, that was like, after that point, I was even more careful. Just like whenever I go somewhere to be like, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요, 에릭남입니다. 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. And they're like, it got to a point where people, I think the next time I saw Super, you're like, stop saying hi. Like, you've already said hi. Like, you already said it. I was like, I know. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't even have friends. Like, I don't know how to talk to people. And they're like, no, like, it's fine. Just chill. I was like, okay, thank you. Bye. I love you. Bye. But yeah, when I was promoting my album when it dropped in November, Mamamoo and I, we were actually on a radio show together. And it was the first time all of us had been on a show together since we got married.
What was that like?
It was very awkward. It was very, very awkward. I mean, let's be very clear. We're on very good terms. Like, we...
set the record straight.
Let's set the record straight. We're on very good terms. And it was just funny because they still tease me every time. They still call me Hungbu, which is like brother-in-law. And it's just like, hey, Hungbu! 잘 지냈어요? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. But it's always like, I think when I look back at that show, it was like a great time. We had a great time. And people are always like, why don't you talk about Mamamoo? Why don't you talk about Solar and stuff? And I honestly try to avoid it because it was a very sensitive topic for a long time. In the sense that I got a lot of hate. And I'm sure it probably went both ways too, but being on We Got Married, for the people who were on it, if you were an idol or if you were a singer, like there was a lot of sensitivity in terms of there are people who don't care and they're just like, it's a great show or we just really like you two as a pair. But there are also many people who really don't like us that way. And so for me, I was always, always cautious. And even to this day, sometimes where I just get like random messages of just like, that aren't the nicest messages about it. And so I always try to avoid it. So for people who are always like, why don't you ever talk about it? You just completely blow it off. It's like, it's not that. It's not, I don't want to dismiss it or discount it. It's just a very, unfortunately, I feel sensitive talking about it. And so if you look back at the radio show, like Solar and I were visibly very cautious and like uncomfortable at points. And it was like funny because it's laughable to me because I'm just like, we can be friends, but we just, it's a cautious thing.
Man, what an eye-opening story that is. You know, you haven't even told me much about that at all, right? But I have seen in the Twitterverse, I have seen comments. It's like 9 out of 10 comments are positive, saying we love the Dongi couple.
Yeah.
That's but then there's others. There's just one comment that's like, yo, F this couple, man. They don't deserve to be together. This is fake. You know, it's like, calm down, bro. It's just a show. You know, it is.
Yeah, yo, it's a show. I don't know why people get so upset.
It's entertainment, baby. Come on, showbiz.
It's funny because like we shot that in 2016.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this 4 years later, and I'm still as I say this, I'm so nervous that this will be taken out of context. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, you were like twiddling like the hoodie string as you were saying it. But hey, listen, I'm glad you got it off your chest. And I got something to say about that, okay? For those of you who are taking this way too seriously, just take a step back, take a chill pill, go eat some food. Because like it's not that serious for my brother to have to be nervous about talking about this. It was all in good fun. Everyone's on good terms. Mamamoo amazing. Their music is great. They are fierce, right? Eric is doing his thing. You know, just let it go.
Look, I'm a fan. People know I'm a fan.
Yeah, you're very vocal about being a fan.
But here's the thing. I feel nervous talking about that. Like, I feel like it's crazy that I have to feel nervous to say,
yeah,
yo, I'm a Mamamoo fan. So one of the prompts that I have here is if I could be a part of a project group, co-ed group or boy group, who would you want to recruit? So I think, let's see. How about you guys just put me into BTS? I think that's a great project group. Is that too cop-out of an answer?
I think you could contribute though. Wow. You know, you'd have to prove, right? What could you add that they don't already have?
Age.
Wisdom of time.
More English, you know?
Sure.
Namjoon's is great. RM is great.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I could support him.
Yeah.
I could...
You're just there to be like, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like,
after every single thing he says, he'll talk in his interviews, he'll say something super insightful or whatever, and then you'll just be like, that's what I'm saying.
And I'm just be like, word. I would want in my group, Hwaza. How about like Jenny? No, Jenny and Rose. And it's called Black Pinky. So it's Black Pink with a dash E at the end. So it's Black Pinky. Honestly,
do you think you'd be the leader regardless of who's in the group?
I don't want to be a leader. I want to be a maknae. Yo, if I could be in any group, I would want to be maknae. No, I would want to be second to maknae.
Just want to get babied and have all your dinners paid for.
Yeah, I'm down. You know what? I don't want to make a crowd group. I just want to be in a group and I want to be maknae or second to last maknae. I just want to know what it feels like. I'm the oldest of three brothers, right? I'm a solo artist. I have no idea what it feels like to be really taken care of. I'm always doing the taking caring of. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to be in a group with IU. That'd be fun.
That'd be the most pieced out, like zenned out you'll ever be. She's such a calm, like
I know, right?
unwavering person.
What if it was like IU and Zico and me and G-Dragon? I don't know.
That's a vibe.
I'm really just throwing stuff out there now.
That is a Jackson Pollock painting of people.
With Hwaza and Sunmi.
You know what would happen? Y'all would never agree on a single thing.
I actually don't think we would ever release any music.
Nothing would happen.
We would just look at each other and be like, let's just go our separate ways. Let me know what you think would be a great group for me. I want y'all to be creative. Come up with a great group for me, please. Hey guys, before you go, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for this channel. And comment if you can. And before you go, there's so much more content. Look at this. Amazing content for you guys to check out. Do it now, please. Okay, bye. Go. Bye.